Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another wonderful episode of the Wonders of Science with Mr. Whybrew. This is Season 4, Episode 7, and in this episode, we're going to answer the question, what is historical science? Does anyone know? Does anyone want to take a guess? Anyone? Alright, so let me go ahead and answer that question. So what is historical science? Well, historical science is where we use science in considering things of the past. Now, something to keep in mind, when we consider things in the past, we must realize we cannot check it or examine it the same way. Now, the reason for this is because we can't access the past or be able to be there in the same way we can access our present time. Simply put, the past is behind us, it's gone, and the present is here with us. So what can we use when using historical science? Well, think about this. We can use things like speculation, or best case scenario, we can have circumstantial evidence from those events that happened in the past. Now, as a result, we can do one of two things. We can make an intelligent guess, or we can put together a reasonable inference. Now, remember, outside of that, we cannot directly test those things of the past, and this simply being because we can't repeat the past. The past is gone. It's behind us. Now, one might ask, does historical science have any value? Well, aspects of the historical science can be tested via observational science. In other words, if some aspects of that history are there, like we can test like how tall something is, how large something is, how much something holds, etc., we can actually do that because that's a part of observational science, which we'll talk about in a coming video. Now, other aspects, we cannot use observational science as it is outside the scope of the field of observational science. For example, we can't observe scientists as they made their discoveries. In other words, we can't literally be there with Louis Pasteur, Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, etc. The past is already gone, like I said. But keep this in mind. Instead, we can use documents and sources which are reliable and trustworthy, and then we go, okay, I can use that. So you can see the value in the historical science, but remember, it's something you can't repeat, but it's still using science. Pretty cool. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on now to our fun science fact of the day. Get this, did you know the color of a chili pepper is no indication of its heat? Pretty cool. It's usually the smaller, not always, but usually it's the smaller the pepper, the hotter. Pretty cool. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me for another wonderful episode of the Wonders of Science with Mr. Whybrew. Keep an eye out for the question that'll be at the end of the video, and as always, enjoy the wonders of science. Good day, and goodbye. Take care.